Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing good. My name is Kim and today I'll be your mentor in Evil Dead the game. Okay, definitely not a mentor, but jokes aside, considering recently a lot of new players have been coming to Evil Dead, I thought it's not a bad idea to share some important tips and tricks. Some important stuff that the game doesn't tell you. So, without any delay, let's jump right in. The first thing you need to know is about the classes. Each class have their own abilities and each character have their own unique perks. As a leader, depending on your build, you can buff your teammates and reduce the duration of the dagger and the page events. You can also carry more ammo and you have moderate health and stamina. You can also do moderate damage with both melee and guns, but again, it depends on the build you have. For example, this is the build I have on Leader Ash, but we're not talking about builds on this video. Next is the warrior class. The warriors have the highest melee damage, but their range damage is very low, unfortunately. They also have more health than other classes, but they have low stamina, so you better watch out for that stamina bar when you're dodging. Also, if you max your shield with pink caps during the match as a warrior, whenever you use one amulet, instead of one shield bar, you get 2 shield bars, which can be very helpful during the fight. The next class is the Hunter. The Hunters are the opposite of the warriors. They have the highest damage with guns, but very low damage with melee. They don't have much health, but they have lots of stamina. But I suggest timing your dodges instead of spamming it. It's always the best strategy, no matter what class you are. And as for the final class, we have the Support. The support class is basically the healer. Using a Champ heals all nearby teammates, and using an amulet also gives everyone a shield bar. They have moderate health and stamina with a pretty low melee and range damage. In my opinion, they are a crucial part of the team, so protect your healers and give them your extra Champs, because they're the ones who can keep you alive. Keep in mind that each character got its own unique perks and stats, and your health can be different, and in the end everything depends on the build you have on your characters. Now let's talk about the tips and the things that the game doesn't tell you. When you start the match, the demon doesn't know where you are, so please try to manage your fear level so it doesn't go high. Don't use any type of guns and don't get in the car early in the game, because your location will become visible on the map for the demon, unless you can take care of yourself and you know what you're doing. But in my opinion, you have an advantage if the demon doesn't know where you are, so you can get the map pieces and prepare yourself for the fight. Something else that the game doesn't tell you is what weapon you need to use. You should already know by now that there are 4 types of rarities in the game: common, rare, epic, and legendary, or in my case, white, blue, purple, and gold. You should know that just because a weapon has a higher rarity doesn't mean it's good for your character. You should pay attention to its damage and balance bar. Always go for the ones with the highest. If you're any class other than Hunter and, for example, you see a high rarity gun with decent damage and balance bar, please don't grab it and mark it for the Hunter, because the Hunter has the highest damage with guns and you need the damage to defeat the demon. Same goes for a high rarity melee weapon with good damage and balance bar. Mark them for the warriors who have the highest melee damage. Something I've seen a lot of new players do is that they split up from the team and get lost and distracted with looting, going on an adventure, then end up dead. Remember, you have a team, and in order to survive, you need your teammates. So it's wise to stay close to them in case you get into trouble and need their help, especially if you're new and don't know your way around the map. During the fight, the demon will constantly try to possess you and your teammates. And if you're a hunter or a warrior, it's very possible that the demon will kill your teammates with you, but you can avoid that obviously. If you don't want to wipe out your whole team, all you need to do is drop in your melee or guns before you get possessed. If you're a hunter, drop your gun, and if you're a warrior, drop your melee. It can be tricky to time it, but you'll improve with practice. But if you're not a hunter or a warrior and you're in the middle of fighting, If you see the hunter or the warrior in your team drop their gun or melee on the ground, please don't grab them. They're not dropping their weapons for you. They drop their weapons so they don't get possessed with them, because the demon can kill their teammates very fast like that. Always grab every type of ammo you find for your teammates, and try not to use the same ammo type as the hunter, because they are the damage dealers you need in order to win. Also, don't forget to turn on your flashlight while looting. Sometimes some items only appear when you have your flashlight on. When you play as a hunter, I'm sure most of the times you run out of ammo, and by the time you reach the Dark Ones, you don't have much ammo left to fight. There is a strategy some people do, and it can be really helpful, especially if you're in a team or play with a friend. But even if you play solo, it's not bad to know about it. Normally, the guns the hunters need at the book are either the double barrel, the boomstick, or the shotgun, because of the decent damage and balance board they have for the possessed units. So have one of your teammates carry the gun for you. Try using either the revolver or the blunderbuss, then switch guns with them at the end of the Dark Ones. That way you won't be using long gun ammo, and you will have enough ammo for the book phase.
There is no doubt that the demon...
When you're at the Dark Ones, if one of your teammates die, make sure to revive or resurrect them first before finishing the Dark Ones. Otherwise they're gone for the rest of the match and they can't help you at the book phase. And you need all the help you can get before the demon destroys the book, unless there's no altar close by and you're surrounded by the storm. You can still try to go for an altar if it's very close in the storm, but it will be super risky, because you will die in the storm if you don't know what you're doing. After you collect all the map pieces, if you know where the Dark Ones are, I suggest you first go for the objective that is farther away, and do the one that is close to the Dark Ones last. But even if you don't know where the Dark Ones are, try to go for the objective that is close to the edge of the map, because that's where the storm starts when all the objectives are done, and you don't want to get caught in the storm on your way to the Dark Ones. And lastly, if you're getting tunneled by the demon, no matter what class you are, try getting into finishers on the units around you, because during the finisher animation you won't take any damage, and hopefully that will make the demon give up on you or make them focus on somebody else.
There is no doubt that the demon will attempt.
That was it for the end of this video. I hope these tips were helpful for you. If any of you guys have any more tips for the new players, feel free to mention them in the comments. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks everyone for watching. Stay safe and stay awesome.